Good morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998. I still got plenty of stuff to work on. Today, I'm going to be working on my inverts. What are inverts? Well, inverts are where you play a flam, a tap, and then you play an upstroke into the same thing off the left. So flam, left hand, a left hand flam, and then right hand. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working on today. And I've got an exercise that is perfect for working on your inverts. All of these practice streams you can find in this playlist. There's over 370 of them, and there's timestamps in the description to show what I was practicing or what I was talking about. Often people will join in the various chats that I've got up on my other monitor, and they will ask me some questions. Because I've been drumming since 1998, because I have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education, I have a wide range of performing and teaching experience. So people will often ask me some questions that I will answer and edit down and put into this drumming tips playlist that literally has over 13 hours of free drumming tips, which you can find this on my home tab of YouTube. If you go here on the home tab, you just scroll down and we've got literally over 2,000 different play-alongs and whatnot. We'll be working out of the technique stuff today, but all the lessons, the tips, and the live streams are under here. Tips and lessons. It's all alphabetized, so you'll find it. Anyways, I need to get motivated here to work on my inverts with Shia LaBeouf. So Shia LaBeouf is going to help me out. Shia, we're going to hide you because of copyright. Oh, but don't worry. He's here in spirit. Help me out, Shia. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just it. Some people dream success. Well, you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, I'm super motivated now to work on my inverts. Woo! Look at that flex. All right, I am going to, the link is at the top of every one of my play-alongs. This takes you to jaredoleary.com/drum. If you're on vertical, it's this link right here. And this has the 62 chop exercises organized neatly. Over 1,000 grid variations organized neatly. A bunch of limb independence exercises, charts, etc., even a video teaching you how to learn limb independence. If you don't know how to do that, check that out. Over 470 marching bass exercises, like a bunch of timing exercises. There's like 150 some odd timing exercises. I think there's like 160, maybe 70. I don't remember. There's a lot. All these drumline cadences, over 370, well, exactly 375 technique exercises. And then here's a bunch of like drumming tips, 13 hours worth, as well as all the prior live streams, and then a bunch of videos that can help with your playing. Now, I'm going to warm up, and then I'm going to stretch and massage, and then I'm going to work out of the Rudiment Builders playlist, and we're specifically going to be working on inverts today, and then I'm going to chop out at the end. That is the game plan for today. Now, I want to warm up with stick control. So if we go under the technique section and go to stick control, there's a lot of variations in here that you can work through. Now, by the way, the ones that say members first are all scheduled to release for free, so you don't have to sign up for membership to get access to it. There's just like almost 500 of them, so it might take over a year until it comes out. So stay tuned for plenty more content. But if you do sign up for membership, it's as cheap as 99 cents. It's the lowest I could possibly make it on YouTube. So if you want to get early access to those nearly 500 videos, that's how you do that. But otherwise, don't worry about it. Just wait for it. It'll come out. I promise. I'm going to warm up with my absolute favorite stick control variation. So it's the advanced stick control with filler. So this one, you go into the, ooh, that's not my desired resolution. If you go into the timestamps, you can select whatever BPM you want for your speed. So we're going to go to here, and we're going to start off at 90. So you click on that, and it'll give you a few seconds to get yourself set up. If you click on a BPM that ends with a 0 or a 5, otherwise it immediately counts off, and then you play along. Sweet. All right, so now let me unpack this a little bit. So the exercise, the way it works, is like your standard stick control where you're playing check pattern, and then you play a sticking pattern. In this case, right, 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 left. So, and then you're filling it in. So you're playing the exact same thing on the third measure as you're playing on the second measure. The only thing is you're adding in some extra notes inside of here. So if we put it on a different texture or timbre so you can hear it. Okay, so that pattern is the exact same thing as cool. So this is what the filler variations do, but this advanced one also goes from duple feel into a triple feel. So we play the same idea, except now you do it as triplets. I'm gonna accent this so you can do it. So and then you go back into that duple feel and then triple for each one of the patterns. Okay, so that's the plan with this. Your left hand cannot downstroke twice. What do you mean by that? Are you playing match grip? Are you playing traditional grip? Anyways, let's continue this. While playing what? While doing traditional. Happy to help, just need more details. Oops. Cool. Now, I'm just trying to warm up here, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. We're going to go a little bit faster, and then I'm going to stretch and massage, and then we're going to work on our inverts and whatnot while doing this. Yeah, give me some more details. What are you playing with your left hand that you can't play? Because I'm not sure what you mean by 2 downstrokes. Do you mean 2 taps? Or do you mean like downstroke, downstroke? There's a lot of ways to interpret what you're talking about, so I want to make sure that I give you some actual feedback that can help you out with traditional. Anyways, 95. Let's do it at 100. Play the diddles with full strokes. Oh, and so you can't play like 2 diddles off the left? So is your tendency when you're playing it, it kind of like goes like this? If so, then I've actually got a video that answers that for like 5 minutes straight edited with a series of exercises that can help you with that. So if that is your issue where your second note of the diddle doesn't sound good, where it sounds like that, as opposed to getting that second note in there, then yeah, I got you covered. Just help me out by letting me know if that is, in fact, the issue you're having. And I'll show you exactly where to go. 100. Ooh. All right, we already got an answer. Yes. Okay, so we're on YouTube. We're in the home tab here. Okay. We scroll down. First thing is, I've got a video that shows you how to do traditional grip. And in it, my guess is one of your problems is instead of playing traditional grip like this, is your problem is your left hand is already tilted so that if you poured water into it, the water would stay in there. That's going to make it so that you can't rotate. So if you look at this, my hand is already rotated. I can only go back this much further. Okay, so this is an issue. So what you need is your thumb on top like this, as opposed to like this when you are playing traditional grip. So this will help you to be able to get a fuller stroke. So the video that can help unpack that more under the drumming lessons playlist, if you go here, it's this one, how to hold traditional grip. It's less than 3 minutes and it is very dense. There is a lot of information in there that talks about what exactly I look for traditional grip. So I highly recommend starting there. But then if you go back down again on my home tab of YouTube, under the tips and lessons, the drumming tips section, this is where we've got like 13 hours of drumming tips in here. Where people have asked some questions. There's this one, how to improve the second note of a diddle. Drumming tips number 92. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, drumming tips 83, a thorough approach for learning and refining your diddles. So if we click on this one and we just look at it, I talk about this for 5 minutes and 45 seconds, how to work on your diddles. And it shows you like a series of exercises to work on that'll help you out with that left hand in particular, to work on that. Like this exercise that I'm demonstrating right here, it's called diddle strength. It's perfect for working on the second note of a diddle. So check out either drumming tips 83 or 92. Or better yet, both of them, because I talk about some different things in each one of those. But you're very welcome. Anyway, since I'm on the home tab on my channel, I'm just going to show you how you can get to the technique exercises for stick control here. So you click on technique, because there's so many playlists in here, YouTube won't like display it all on the preview. But this is how you can get to that stick control variations if you don't want to go to the website, which is totally fine. Whatever you want works for me. All right, so advanced stick control with filler. We're going to do it at 100. And we're going to then stretch and massage. And then we'll work on our inverts. Great question, though. That is a very common question that people have, which is why I created those videos to like help answer them. So that way I can be like, hey, go there. 100. Oh no, I started the inverts one. I started playing the inverted sticking pattern, which is the last 2 lines. Whoops. The reason why is because my brain was like, do I want to play one more rep or just stretch and massage? We're going to play one more rep. We're going to go at 110. Woo! Too fast. Too furious. Shame. I was late. It's a fun one, right? Great exercise to warm up with. There's several more variations of stick control. If that one is too advanced, that's okay. We got some simpler ones without the filler or with the filler. Now I'm going to stretch and massage. First stretch I'm going to do stretches the sides of my forearms. There's a video called This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming under the Drumming Lessons playlist that gives you better like camera angles of this if this is not good enough. And then you go back out the way you came. If you do traditional rotate and hold, ooh, and then rotate and hold, ooh, but I don't play that anymore, so I'm not going to worry about that. Now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. You could do it like this. If you want a deeper stretch, do 2 fingers and then 2 fingers. You could do this on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Or you could do this one on your pad, table, a large dolphin, whatever. And don't put all your weight into it, by the way. You don't want to rip it. And now we're going to do the top side of the forearm. So you could do it like this. You could do 2 fingers and then 2 fingers. You could do this on the wall. The higher you go, the deeper the stretch. You could even do this one on your legs. Whatever you want to do. Stay relaxed. And next. Final stretch. Thumb to thumb. Trying to relax the fingers. And then we're going to do a quick massage routine. And then we're going to work on the inverts. Oh, boy. That finger's tight in my right hand. Interesting. Why? That finger's also tight in my right hand. A mystery. We'll have to send Scooby and the gang to figure out why. Every day is going to be different. Your hands just, you do different things in the last 48 hours that, can impact what you're doing. Maybe even in the last 48 and a half hours. Ooh, wow. Now I'm going to massage. So I'm doing thumb on top, fingers underneath. Working my way up and down the forearm. And then we'll do a hand massage and then a finger massage and then we're done. And then we'll never drum again. This is it. I'm retiring. Gotta play relaxed. If you don't play relaxed, you will run into issues, I promise you. Your hands cannot stay tense for hours a day. If they do, you'll develop carpal tunnel, or maybe even tendonitis, or you'll get what I got with a popped vein. All sorts of fun stuff, and that's definitely sarcasm. Fingers on the back of the hand massaging, thumb massaging inside your hand. Relax it. Relax it. Stay relaxed. If you don't stay relaxed, all those bad things happen. Switch to the other hand. Oh yeah, the right hand is tight. That's interesting. I didn't do Muay Thai yesterday. I did it 2 days ago. Maybe it's a carryover from that, hitting too hard with the cross. I don't know though. Because it's like right where the knuckle would like be the contact point on the bag. Who knows? All right, last one. Massage base the tip of each one of your fingers. At least 2 times. If you're feeling on my right hand, I might do 2.5. Maybe even 7 times. And then we will play Invert Builder, which is under the technique section, either on my website or on my tube view. And it's such a good exercise to work on your inverts. And then 2 days from now, I might work on the cheese inverts builder, which is a variation, very similar, but you put diddles on the accents. So, sounds different, but conceptually it's the same. All right, so since we're on YouTube, we'll just stay on YouTube. But you can also find this easily under the technique section on my website, which is linked, the very first link here. But if you go to my home tab here, and you scroll down a little bit, we've got all these like thousands of like exercises here. So under technique, whoop, you got to click to show all the playlists. Otherwise, it hides some of them. But we're going to go into the Rudiment Builders playlist. So this playlist is great for like finding exercises to like help you work on your paradiddles, or to be able to learn how to play flam accents or flam fives or whatever. But if you scroll down a little bit, about halfway through, we've got the inverts builder exercise here. So this exercise, let's kind of unpack it. Nope, we're not playing it that fast. It starts off with just playing accent tabs. So, and then we have, this is what your right hand is playing when you play inverts. So when I play, which is, you know, line 3 right here. If we get rid of the left hand, that's what your right hand is playing on an inverts. Now what we're doing here is we're adding in one left hand at a time. So a grace note here. And then on this measure. And then with all of our powers combined, we have inverts. Woo! And then what we're doing is we're getting rid of one right hand at a time. For example, we get rid of this right hand. And then we get rid of the grace note right here. And then we get rid of the accent right here. And then we get rid of this interior note right here for the left hand. So it's just that pattern, okay? So what it's doing is just isolating to the right hand, slowly layering the left. It does both at the same time to create actual inverts, and then it slowly gets rid of one of the hands. This is a fantastic way to work on an exercise or a rudiment, which is, this is also the same for the flam accent builder, the cheese builder, the flam drag builder, the flam 5 builder, the flam tap builder, the inverts builder, and the cheese inverts builder all have this same concept of isolate out a hand, slowly combine them together, and then isolate out the other hand. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down to 40. So if you go down to here, inside of here, we click, and then it's going to give you a little bit of time to get yourself set up. And then you play super relaxed. So, come on, YouTube. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Come on, YouTube. Did this to me, what, 2 days ago? What if I go slower? No? Do you need a nap and a snack? If I go faster? No? If I hit refresh? Okay. Or you can play it at 131. That's great. But how about at 40? Do I need to get on the phone and call Mr. YouTube? I forgot to pay my YouTube rent. Darn it. Come on. You can do it. Maybe I won't be working on inverts today. No! What does that mean? It means we're having a bad day. Okay, well, let's see here. If I do this, and we go back to my home tab, and we press refresh, and we face north, and then cluck like a chicken, perhaps YouTube will start working correctly. Alright, let's try this again. So we're going to go into the technique, we're going to go into the rudiment builders playlist, and then, I don't know, I'm just going to pull up flam accent builder and see if this one works. If I just jump to a BPM like 54, whee! Hey, it works. Look at you. So let's sneak up on it. We're going to do a sneak attack onto the inverts builder. You can do it. Oh no. Come on. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. I believe in you. Do we need to get Shia LaBeouf? No! Alright, let me see if the cheese inverts builder is working today. Maybe we'll just work on cheese inverts. I mean, that also works for me. That's fine. I was going to do that in 2 days, but... It's working! Alright, so today we're working on cheese inverts. Welcome to my stream. So, same idea, but now you put a diddle on it. Apparently YouTube is feeling ill today. I promise the play along works. Let's listen to it. So... we have ba-da, ba-da, Okay, so again, this is what your right hand is going to do. Ba-da, bump, bump, ba-da, bump, bump. You're playing a cheese invert. And you. Okay. And then we slowly layer in the left hand. So this is the right hand version. Add in the left hand right here. That little grace note right there. And then add in a diddle on the left. Oh yeah, bops. And then we have cheese inverts for a whole measure. Woo! And then we slowly layer out one right hand. So it gets rid of the grace note here. Subtle difference. And then it gets rid of that accent. Oop, ba-da, oop, oop, ba-da, oop, ba-da, oop, ba-da. Okay, simple, right? Now, I've been drumming since 1998. I still slow stuff down to 40. You can too. I promise. It helps. Relax the accents. Pull it back. Don't squeeze. Grace note added. Diddle. Hello! Full cheese inverts. Woo! Gets rid of the grace note. Tap. Diddle. It looks a little weird, but it's just a diddle. Rhythmically just kind of like spelled out, okay? Simple, right? The hard part is, do you have the discipline to just go one click at a time? If you do, you'll get better. Learned that from Jeff Queen. Got a couple lessons from him. He's a 4-time world champion snare drummer. So he kind of knows what he's talking about. This is how he said he worked on rudiments, exercises. Just go slow. Whoops, I added an extra note. Sweet. Again. So when you're pulling back on the accents, let the weight of the stick and gravity work with you. Do not overemphasize it. Do not tighten up. Just pull back. Keep it light. Practice with a fast technique. Slow. Yay! It's slow. I know. It's good though. Take your medicine. Trust me. I'm a doctor. also trying to focus on the interior notes, so the taps. Make sure they're consistent, so when you're playing it, you don't have them like slowly raising, lowering, etc. while playing through it. But today, we need to have a word from today's sponsor. Water. It's great. Stay hydrated. Hope you enjoy the ASMR. Thank you for today's sponsor, water. All right, we continue. Faster than anyone's ever played a cheese invert before. We're going to go at 45. I know, it sounds insane, but hey, trust me, it's going to go good. Maybe. Here we go. Thank you for the sub. Taps are a little high, so I was trying to work on that. Also, my left hand, I'm trying to look at the angle of it. So like my right and left are slightly different because I played traditional grip back when I march. So I'm trying to get my right and my left to match. Also because I wore my wedding ring on my finger for years and it made a click. So now it's around my neck, on my necklace. So now I don't get that click, and I can actually better match my technique. Yeah, so those left-hand taps are still a little bit higher than the right hand. So I'm going to try and focus on that. Again, without letting the accents get too heavy. Pull them back. Whoops. Little slurred out. Yeah, so the diddle was a little bit slurred. I'm sorry. I expect you to all unsub. I get it. I don't blame you. I'm sorry. Oh, somebody like on YouTube. That means they're unsubbing. Thank you. I understand. Okay, so when doing the thought it was like continuing. When you're doing the diddle, the second note, you're stopping the stick without squeezing the stick. So when you're playing this, you're not trying to like and then squeeze it in and get the stick to stop down here. All you're doing is not opening up the space for the stick to vibrate and bounce up. Okay? So I'm just keeping my hand like this, and the stick only moves a little bit as opposed to opening my hand like this and making it so that when I play, it comes back up. Okay, we don't want that for the diddle. We want it where it just stops and just stays down there without squeezing it. So what you don't want is this, where you like lose circulation in your fingers and you get what's called white knuckles, where your knuckles lose the blood. So you're squeezing too much. So stay relaxed when playing that. Hand drummer here, you just started practicing with the practices and you love it? Nice. Well, there's thousands of exercises that you can use to work on your hand speed as well. Hand speed, by the way, like everything I'm playing, I can wrist it because I work on my hand speed. So if you're working on your wrist to be able to play hand drums, then this will all help out. And it translates over to playing with sticks too. So like everything I was playing earlier with, all that is wrist. So, which is great. There's that direct connection there. Anyways, let's continue without squeezing to get those taps in there. They can stay low without the squeeze. Thank you for the like on YouTube. Just close the space without squeezing. All right, so I'm probably going to do 5 more clicks, and then I'm going to play something to chop out with for fun. Highly recommend at the end of your practice streams, spend 5 or 10 minutes just chopping out. So you end with something positive, where you're just having fun. Otherwise, if you just grind the entire time, you can get burnt out because it doesn't feel fun to play like this. But you got to get used to that grind if you want to get better. Fall in love with that process. If you can do that, you'll go far. Which, by the way, the process takes an extended period of time. It's not this exponential thing where you just like get like takes you like, I don't know, a day to be able to make improvement, and then eventually it's like an hour to make an improvement, and then only a minute of practice to make improvement. It's actually opposite of that. So when you're first starting, you'll make significant gains at the beginning, and then you reach this plateau where you're just like, I don't feel like I'm getting any better. But if you record yourself and you listen back to a recording of yourself from like a month, 3 months, 6 months ago, and you compare yourself with a recording from the present, then you can actually see those little incremental gains, and that could be very motivating. So I highly recommend that if you're feeling like you're just not making any progress, 1, focus on technique, focus on like staying relaxed, try and go for that iterative improvement over time. But 2, use the recording process to be able to compare yourself from a few months ago to now. So that way you can go, oh, you know what? I actually do sound better than I did a few months ago, and I don't even realize that because I'm just in the daily grind. Pro tip from a pro gamer. We continue. 51. My left hand has this tendency of like turning German when I want it to be American, so I was really trying to focus on that particular rep to not do that. keeps wanting to play traditional. And I'm over correcting. Whoops. I started playing backwards. My brain just was like, back up. And the right hand was like, no! So I did a ghost note, like. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate you. This play along is found on the Home tab. So if you want to find this, it's under the Technique section, under the Rudiment Builders playlist. And there's over 2,000 other exercises for free. Did I screw up? No. What are you talking about? I have a doctorate. I'm not allowed to screw up, ever. We make no mistakes. Once you join that elite club, mistake free. All jokes aside, everybody makes mistakes. I would have like private students who'd be like, you don't ever like mess up. It's like, I do, you just don't notice it. On these streams though, I try and point them out. So that way you can go, oh yeah, that's what I should listen for. Started playing the wrong part. And then I slurred out the right hand diddle. Oh no! Which I got an exercise that's great for working on that interpretation. I'll show you it in a moment. Oh, late. All right, last rep, and then we're going to chop out. But first, I'll show you that diddle interpretation exercise. It's great. Sweet. So this exercise is great for working on cheese inverts. Highly recommend it. But I want to show you an exercise that's great for working on your diddle interpretation. So often when I used to teach drumline and used to teach privately, students wouldn't really be able to know the difference. So when I'm playing a roll, I'm playing triplet diddle or something and they're super slurred out like that. They might not even realize it's slurred, or they might be and their interpretation is just rushed, and they don't know the difference between slurred, normal, and rushed interpretation. So there's an exercise under the technique section. Again, this is on my home tab. But if you go here, there's an exercise called diddle timing variations. And then there's also a 5-stroke version called 5-stroke roll timing variations. And when you click on this particular playlist, it's got several different variations, like accent on 1, no accents, 16th note version, triplet version, blah, 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 blah. But we'll just go into the basic one. So what this exercise does is it plays check, a slurred interpretation of the diddle, excuse me, in this case it's diddle on 1, a normal interpretation of it, and then a rushed interpretation of it, and then a normal. So you're going back between slurred, normal, rushed, normal, and it does that with diddle on 1, diddle on 2, and then diddle on 3, and then at the very end it has the synthesis, I can't speak, synthesis. There you go. Yeah, thank you. Woo! We done it. You're impressed, I know. We have this synthesis line that makes it so that you play normal interpretation. There's another word. With diddle on 1, 2, and then 3. So I highly recommend slowing this one down using the timestamps. Starting at 40. Yeah. We've spent many streams working on this one. It's a tricky one? Yeah. I agree with you, Spencer. Now, this is just for a single diddle, isolated, single, etc. But if you go back here, again, there's the 5-stroke version. Again, this is under technique. You clicky click, and then you go to the 5-stroke, and it has it for 5-stroke, triplet version. Scam likely. Thanks. Thanks for calling me. I appreciate it. Stream sniped. And then we also have a 16th note version as well. So if you go to this one, it's the same idea in that it's check, slurred, normal, rushed, normal, and it does that for 5-stroke on 1, tap 5s, outside 5s, and then the synthesis. Look at me. I got it. High five. Woo! We done it. I said the word. Now, if we go back here, at the end of these practice streams when, I'm just working on stuff, trying to improve, you'll notice that I spent the majority of this particular practice stream refining my technique and playing slow. Again, I've been playing since 1998, so I've been drumming for a long time, and I still slow this stuff down to 40. There's a reason why these thousands of exercises start super slow. It's so you can work on your technique. But now for the last 5 or 10 minutes of practicing, I like to have fun just chopping out. And there's 63 videos that are chop-wise in here. For example, we've got the float drag variations, which is a fun exercise. We got some chug variations. We've even got cheesy poofs. We've got flammus. Flammus is hidden away inside of the other chop exercises, etc. I should give a disclaimer on the cheesy poofs and flammus. So when I reached out to Murray Gussick, who's the composer, with the agreement for copyright-wise was because he still sells these exercises on tapspace.com, which is a great website. This doesn't show you all of the music, but you can hear the entire snare part for both flammus and then all the cheesy poofs variations that are on there. So you can hear it to practice along to it, but it doesn't display it because of copyright reasons. So that's the reason why this one looks like it's missing stuff, but you can still practice to it. It's a play along, so Anyways, I'm gonna play a shopping spree to chop out just for funsies. I'm gonna go with the which one? Let's go with Blue Devils 99. It's a fun one. So it's got this really interesting book report putida right here that's kind of wacky. So it's fun. So timestamps Again, if this is too fast, slow it down to 40. No shame in that. We're going to start off at a nice, comfortable 110, I think. Maybe. How will this go? I'll let you know in like a minute. It's weird, right? Think of that as like Dacre doing flams. Before you get into the singles. Ooh, my left was low. Always more to work on. Now, we're going to go up 10 clicks at a time until my hands spontaneously combust. I am playing with Hardeman hammers, extra heavy double tape sticks. So my hands might spontaneously combust right now. Stay tuned. So the pattern right here, it's kind of like a Chicago, but missing an extra one, an extra grace note there. Like my stick just like subtly hit it, and then they just kind of like woo, got all wonky. Double taped hammers, yeah, they're like 44% heavier than my normal Hardemans. So I actually measured them on stream a long time ago. So this is like a normal pair of Hardemans, and then these, it's the same barrel tip, but they're a different type of material made out of it, and so they're extra heavy compared to like the normal double taped, but they're great. So these are super good for working on your chops, which is what I do every single time I do these chop streams. Otherwise, if I'm doing the drum kit, I'm using the Jack DeJohnette sticks, which are a little bit heavier and longer because I like the weight. Jeffrey, good morning. Mm-hmm. 140. Click. You play with the Tom Hannon B sticks? You like them a lot? Nice. Yeah, I played with a lot of sticks and settled on the Hardemans. I like them. Especially for building chops. I like the hammers. A long time ago, I was looking at, back in my day, like different types of indoor sticks for like an indoor line that I was working with. And then I'm pretty sure the Hannums had like a double-sided one, if I remember correctly. But we're talking over a decade ago, so. Chopsticks, hashi in Japanese. I'm slowly learning. Emphasis on slowly. Something on one of my drum kits is like resonating on the rim shot. I think it's this tom. That's funny. You can't hear it most likely unless that condenser's picking it up, but it's there. Just imagine it. It'll be your imaginary ASMR experience. 160. This might be the breaking point. Stay tuned. Started playing the wrong pattern. Ugh. Yeah, the flam fives. I started playing like the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna lower the heights a little bit. Can I do it at 170? Probably not. Will we have fun trying? Yeah. Now, the reason why I worked on inverts today, by the way, is because when I chopped out on a previous stream, I was like, my inverts weren't up to speed, so I wanted to work on that today. And unfortunately, that one video was being weird. YouTube is sometimes just not working. So we worked on cheese inverts. But when I do these chop out sessions, not only is it just a fun way to end your like practice stream after just grinding on like something to improve, but it gives you data for things to refine in future streams. So like those flam fives, if those were a consistent issue, then maybe like in the next stream I'd work on like flam 5 grid where like slow that down, like, or use one of the flam 5 builders or whatever. So use this as a fun way to end your session and give you things to work on in the future. Flam 5s get pretty hard when they're that fast. Agreed. We'll see what is going to make me fall apart on this one. I mean, think positive thoughts. It's going to go perfectly. Everyone's going to love it. They're going to be like, wow, Jared, perfect. Thank you. Agreed. I've never made a mistake. The flams. My hands are just like, no, stop it. Okay. We're going to do it at 175. I don't think I can do a full 180, but that last like couple lines in particular. Wish me luck. Shia LaBeouf, help me. Do it. I didn't make a mistake there, actually. I was playing the alternative version. You can find that play along on my home tab as well. It was a flawless performance of just a different variation of that shopping spree. That was all sarcasm. We definitely found the breaking point. Yay! So that gives me some data for some things to work on. So maybe I want to work on like the flams, or just like doing like floppies with like grid variations. Which, speaking of, you can find over 2,000 play-alongs on my home tab of YouTube. All the chop exercises are at the top. And then we got gaming stuff, because I'm a nerd. And if you scroll down here, there's over 1,000 grid variations. So if you click, this actually shows you all the playlists for it. But there's over 400 for triplet grid. Almost 600 for 16th note grid. And if you scroll all the way down, there's some wacky ones, like Herta grid and stuff. If you're into that. Tomorrow we're going to work on these limb independence stuff, so I'm specifically focusing on limb independence patterns, I can't speak today, that I'm not good at yet. So, you know, why practice stuff you're good at? So we'll work on that tomorrow. Then there's almost 500 marching bass exercises. There's a bunch of cadences here. There's almost 400 technique exercises. And again, you have to click to expand to show you all of the different stuff. The inverts builder and the cheese inverts builder that I was working on is in this one, the rudiment builder playlist. So that's how you can work on that. And then I was answering somebody else's question earlier about like working on diddles and stuff. There's over 13 hours of drumming tips in here. There's some drumming lessons that are scripted as opposed to me just answering questions during the streams and editing them. Excuse me. As well as all the prior streams if you want to see how I practice and what I practice, blah, 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 blah. If you want to find things organized neater than I can on YouTube, and you don't want to see like the gaming or the computer science stuff, then the first link that's at the top of any one of these videos, like if we go into splits timing, and we go into variation 1, the very first link takes you to /drum on my website, and that shows you all the chop stuff, all the grid stuff, all the limb independence, all the marching bass, the cadences, the technique, and then the lessons all organized neater than I can on YouTube, plus some extra links like to some books and gear I recommend. For example, if you want to see the sticks that I'm using, if you scroll down to here, it's these, the Hardeman hammers. Again, they're very nice. They're very heavy, and they're using the double tape, so they're extra heavy, but they feel just like a normal Hardeman, just with a different wood, so they're heavier. But you can find all the pads and stuff. Most of these are affiliate links, so thank you for people who've used that. You could literally buy like a television after clicking on one of these, and I get a percentage back from Amazon, even if it's not like advanced funk studies. But anyways, if you enjoy this content, share it with another drummer. Oh, if you see a video that says members first, it's scheduled to release for free. There's some people have signed up for membership as low as 99 cents. Thank you. But you don't have to. But because there's like almost 500 videos scheduled, it might take a year before like one of these members first videos comes out. But I promise they're all scheduled to release. I don't sell an app. I don't sell a course. I don't teach privately anymore. I just want to create free stuff like in these drumming tips that you can use to improve your drumming without having to pay a bunch of money for it, etc. That's so fast for that warm-up. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, that was brisk. It was a fun challenge, though. Especially with these sticks. With the heavy sticks, it's a nightmare. But I like the challenge. Anyways, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to get ready for Uncharted 2. We're beating that game today, and then we'll start Uncharted 3 tomorrow. We're going to go through the whole series. But I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I hope you all enjoy this content. And give somebody a high five. They deserve it. Bye.